let's finish up our leg plants. We'll bring our focus now to the left side. Hit play. So it looks like we can remove some of these keys actually, rather than having them move to these new poses. We'll have it offset so it's a little bit different from the right, again, so we get a more natural feel. So what we'll do is, with this back leg, we can remove its keys from frames 40 and 60. Just right click delete. And we'll see if its pole vector is animated too. We'll delete that on 160. And let's do the same for this mid leg too. Delete its pose on 160. And the same for the pole vector. So now what we could do is focus on animating this as the front leg plants. So that plants on 155 can go a couple of frames after and have this left foot start to move back. So on 157 we'll press Shift W to set a key there, and on about 161 we'll have this leg move back. And we could also fix its pole vector. Let's even have it move a little bit closer into the body. Move that up so it's planted. And bring that pole vector back a little bit more. And being that the pole vector is sliding back as it is, we'll take the key on 125 and middle click at let's say 157. Shift W. From here we can take this back leg and just animate its in between to take care of that. And notice we have it offset from that back right leg. Here's what we get when we hit play. Alright, great. So we'll now want to animate this middle leg. Steps down. Let's say right at 125 when that left leg plants, 155 that is, we have that middle leg start to move back. At 159 we could have it move back. And possibly even have it move back just a little bit more. So it's a little more centered with the body. And then on 157 we'll bring up the control for the in-between. Then we can tweak its pole vector. So that's, say, going to 155. And on 160 we can bring that pole vector back. Alright, we want to check out our pose in the top view to make sure we're satisfied with it. Great. So hitting play, here's what we come up with. Excellent. Alright, let's work on this right middle leg. That should be all we need to do to finish up here as far as the legs go. So again, we'll remove this key on 160, just delete that. Go to its pole vector and delete that key. Right foot steps down at 157, so we'll set a key there. Have this foot come back at 162. Make sure it'll be planted. And then we'll raise this up at 160. As far as the pole vector is concerned, again, we'll go to 157. And let's say just one frame after the plant on 163, we could have this come back just to see how that would how that would look. Alright, we hit play. So we get. Great, so it looks like the legs are pretty much finished. We'll just double check this to make sure we like what we're getting. I'd almost like to see this left leg at the back be delayed a little bit more from the right, so it's more noticeable. Let's see how it would look if we bring down its keys to 159 and 163. Hit play. Alright, that looks better. Okay, well, I believe that finishes up the legs. We can check this out. We can hide our controls. Hit play. And then actually play the entire animation starting back from the beginning. So hit play. Just making sure we like everything before we move to the upper body. Okay, great. So we'll stop the lesson now, and we can now begin to pretty much work on our second to final pass with the upper body. Afterwards, we're going to want to animate the antennas and the mandibles. We'll even add a little bit of movement to the sting. We'll have it come out closer to the beginning as the insect gets prepared to attack this crate. So in the next lesson, we'll move on to the next phase, adding some animation, a little bit more animation to the upper body.